Have you ever noticed how your nights have quietly changed after turning 60? You used to sleep straight through until morning. Now, you're up 2, sometimes 3 times, standing in the dark waiting for your bladder to cooperate. Or maybe you've started to feel less control, less strength, not only in your stream, but even in your sexual performance. Most men are told that's just aging. But that's not the full truth. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a urologist with over a decade of experience helping men restore their prostate and sexual health naturally. And I can tell you this, your prostate isn't betraying you. It's reacting to habits that quietly build up over time. The same small things you do every day, what you drink, what you eat, how long you sit, can slowly inflame this tiny gland that sits just beneath your bladder. Wrap gently around your urethra, the very channel that controls your urine and affects your erections. At Inner Vitality, I've seen countless men regain control of their nights, restore comfort, and even improve their confidence in the bedroom, all without medication or surgery. It starts with awareness, because when you understand what's triggering the pressure, urgency, and fatigue, you can finally reverse it. In this video, we'll uncover the most common daily habits that enlarge your prostate and silently drain your vitality. And I promise, one of them is something you do almost every single day without realizing the harm. Stay with me until the end, because the last habit I'll reveal may not only protect your prostate, it could reignite the energy, circulation, and confidence you thought were gone for good. This isn't about fear, it's about power. The power to take back your comfort, your sleep, and yes, your sexual health. Let's begin with the first hidden villain, habit 10, drinking too little water, especially in the evening. Many men think avoiding water before bed will help them sleep better by preventing nighttime trips to the bathroom. But here's the truth. Dehydration is one of the most common and silent triggers of prostate irritation. When you don't drink enough, your urine becomes concentrated and acidic. That irritates the bladder lining, which sits directly on top of your prostate. The constant acidity creates pressure, inflammation, and swelling. That's why even with a half-empty bladder, you still feel the urge to go. It's not age, it's chemistry. The solution? Stay hydrated consistently throughout the day. Don't save up all your drinking for the evening. Keep your urine light and clear. Think of water as medicine, the simplest anti-inflammatory you own. One of my 63-year-old patients, Harold, told me he hadn't realized how dehydrated he was until we made this change. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime urgency dropped from 3 trips to 1. His energy returned, and even his morning erections became stronger, all from something as basic as proper hydration. Now, habit 9, sitting for long periods. You might think sitting is harmless. After all, we rest, we read, we work from our chairs. But for your prostate, long hours of sitting are like a slow squeeze on a sponge. When you sit too long, blood flow to your pelvic region slows dramatically. The tissues that feed your bladder, penis, and prostate become deprived of oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this lack of circulation creates stiffness, tension, and inflammation. Many men call it pelvic heaviness, that dull pressure or ache that never quite goes away. Your body was built to move. Even gentle motion, walking to the kitchen, stretching your legs, standing for a minute every 30 minutes, wakes up your circulation and relieves pelvic congestion. I call these movement snacks. No gym, no sweat, just motion. If you've ever noticed you feel more relaxed, even more alive after a short walk, that's your circulation thanking you. Regular movement keeps your prostate oxygenated and calm, protecting your urinary rhythm and your sexual performance. And finally, habit 8, too much caffeine. Coffee and tea are part of nearly every man's routine, but caffeine acts as a double-edged sword. It stimulates your nervous system, increases urine production, and irritates the bladder wall. The very trio that pushes on the prostate. It also raises stress hormones like cortisol, which tighten blood vessels and disrupt testosterone balance. The result? more nighttime trips, weaker flow, and lower libido. You don't have to give up your morning ritual. Enjoy your first cup, then switch to decaf or calming herbal teas, rooibos, chamomile, or hibiscus. These soothe the urinary tract instead of aggravating it. When my patient Michael, 67, swapped his afternoon coffee for chamomile tea, he not only slept better, but felt noticeably calmer and more responsive during intimacy. Small, consistent shifts, more water, more movement, less caffeine, form the foundation of prostate and sexual vitality. These aren't restrictions. They're restorations, gentle ways to bring your body back into its natural rhythm. And the next habits we'll explore reach even deeper, targeting the foods, hormones, and muscle patterns that silently drive inflammation below the waist. Let's move to the next set of habits, the ones that quietly disturb your hormones and weaken the very systems that protect your prostate and your sexual performance. Habit 7. Eating too much spicy and processed food. Most men don't realize that what they eat every single day can either support or sabotage their masculinity. Highly processed foods, fast food, and spicy meals loaded with artificial additives do more than just upset your stomach. They can disrupt your hormone balance. Over time, these foods promote estrogen dominance while lowering your natural testosterone levels. That hormonal imbalance doesn't just make you tired, it also contributes to prostate enlargement, poor libido, and erectile difficulties. When you combine that with the irritation caused by spicy ingredients, especially when consumed often, you create the perfect storm for chronic inflammation in the pelvic region. The result is a prostate that becomes swollen, sensitive, and harder to control. The solution isn't to avoid all flavor or pleasure, it's to make smarter swaps. Replace processed snacks with whole, natural foods. Focus on anti-inflammatory ingredients, leafy greens, avocado, berries, olive oil, and nuts. They feed your body with nutrients that stabilize hormones and calm the inflammation at the root of most prostate problems. One of my patients, Leonard, a retired pilot, noticed a dramatic shift after replacing his nightly takeout with simple home-cooked meals, rich in vegetables and healthy fats. Within a month, his energy, mood, and bedroom confidence returned. Now, habit 6, holding your urine for too long. This is something almost every man does without realizing the damage it causes. Maybe you're stuck in traffic, busy with work, or just trying to wait until it's convenient. But every time you ignore the urge to urinate, you're forcing your bladder to stretch beyond its natural capacity. Imagine a balloon being filled beyond its limit again and again. That pressure doesn't stay in the bladder. It pushes downward directly onto your prostate. Over time, this constant strain can irritate the delicate tissue, causing swelling and inflammation. For older men, the risk is even greater because the pelvic muscles naturally weaken with age. Holding your urine can also lead to incomplete emptying, leaving stagnant urine behind. That stagnant fluid becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, setting the stage for infections that worsen prostate irritation and urinary symptoms. The fix is simple but powerful. Listen to your body. When nature calls, answer promptly. This small act relieves pressure on both the bladder and the prostate, allowing them to work in harmony. Think of your bladder and prostate as teammates. When one is under stress, the other suffers. Respecting that rhythm is one of the easiest and most effective ways to prevent long-term problems. Small adjustments like mindful eating and honoring your body's natural signals can restore not just comfort, but confidence. These habits are part of learning to work with your body, not against it. And once you master them, you'll notice your energy, circulation, and sexual vitality beginning to rise again. Let's keep going with the next set of habits, the ones that silently damage your circulation, slow your recovery, and make your prostate more vulnerable over time. Habit 5. Smoking and secondhand smoke. Most men associate smoking with lung or heart problems, but few realize how destructive it is for the prostate. Every cigarette floods your body with thousands of toxic chemicals that constrict blood vessels and destroy the delicate tissues responsible for nourishing your reproductive organs. When circulation slows, your prostate is essentially starved of oxygen. That lack of oxygen triggers inflammation and accelerates the aging of the gland. Even if you don't smoke, simply being around smoke has a similar effect. Those toxins damage the lining of blood vessels, including the ones that supply your penis and pelvic floor. Over time, this not only increases the risk of prostate enlargement, but also weakens erectile function. I've seen men in their 60s quit smoking and notice improvements within weeks: better urinary flow, deeper sleep, and stronger morning firmness. Quitting is not just about protecting your lungs, it's about restoring life to the parts of your body that quietly depend on circulation to stay healthy. Now, habit 4, neglecting regular checkups. Think about how well you maintain your car. Oil changes, tire rotations, inspections. But when it comes to your body, especially your prostate, most men wait until the warning light flashes before they act. The prostate doesn't give loud alarms at first. Inflammation or enlargement develops slowly, often for years before symptoms appear. A simple annual visit that includes a PSA blood test and a digital rectal exam is not about searching for disease. It's about ensuring early detection and prevention. These tests allow your doctor to spot subtle changes in the gland long before they become a serious problem. Catching inflammation early often means it can be reversed naturally through diet and lifestyle. Waiting too long can lead to more invasive treatments. I remind my patients that taking 20 minutes once a year could save them years of discomfort and sleepless nights. Preventive care is not weakness, it's wisdom. And then comes habit 3, eating too much red and processed meat. Bacon, sausages, burgers. These might taste satisfying, but they're loaded with saturated fats and chemical preservatives that drive inflammation throughout the body. Studies consistently show that a high intake of processed meat is linked to a greater risk of prostate problems. These fats interfere with hormone balance, reducing testosterone and raising estrogen, a combination that promotes prostate growth. You don't have to give up your favorite foods entirely. Moderation is key. Try saving red meat for special occasions once or twice a week and replace it with lean proteins such as fish, chicken, beans, or lentils. These alternatives are rich in zinc, omega-3s, and fiber, nutrients that support hormone balance and healthy digestion. When your digestion improves, internal pressure on your prostate decreases. Men who make these 3 changes, quitting smoking, scheduling yearly checkups, and cutting back on processed meats, often notice more energy, stronger blood flow, and fewer urinary issues within a few months. These habits may sound simple, but they're powerful tools to protect your prostate, your heart, and even your sexual vitality. We're now down to the final 2 habits, the ones that most men overlook, yet they have the deepest impact on both prostate health and sexual vitality. Habit 2, carrying excess belly fat. If you want to know the state of your hormones, all you have to do is look at your waistline. That extra fat around your middle isn't just stored energy. It's an active endocrine organ that releases inflammatory chemicals and converts your precious testosterone into estrogen. This combination of chronic inflammation and hormonal imbalance is disastrous for your prostate. It leads to swelling, urinary urgency, and in many cases, lower libido and weaker erections. The good news is that even small progress makes a big difference. You don't need to train like an athlete. Start with gentle steps. A short walk after dinner. Replacing sugary drinks with water and adding more vegetables to your plate. Losing as little as 5% of your body weight can significantly relieve pressure on your pelvic organs. Many men report fewer nighttime bathroom trips and a stronger urinary flow within weeks. Remember, belly fat isn't a sign of age. It's a signal of metabolic stress. By reducing it, you're not only improving your appearance, You're defending your hormones, your energy, and your masculinity. And finally, habit 1. Living with chronic unmanaged stress. Stress is the silent engine that powers almost every other bad habit we've talked about. It makes you crave processed food. It pushes you to smoke. It keeps you sitting instead of moving. But beneath the surface, stress does even more damage. It floods your body with cortisol, the hormone of tension and inflammation. High cortisol levels constrict blood vessels, tighten the pelvic muscles, and block testosterone production. That combination creates the perfect storm for prostate swelling, fatigue, and poor sexual response. What's worse is that many men treat stress like a badge of honor. They convince themselves that tension means strength. But true strength comes from restoration, from knowing when to release pressure. Managing stress doesn't mean weakness. It's one of the most masculine things you can do for your health. Start simple. Take 10 minutes each day to breathe deeply without distractions. Step outside, feel the air, walk in silence, or call a friend you trust. These small actions lower cortisol, relax your pelvic muscles, and restore healthy circulation. When your body feels safe again, your hormones balance naturally, your prostate relaxes, and your sexual confidence returns. I've seen men in their 70s completely transform their health just by mastering their stress response. They sleep better, urinate less at night, and feel renewed energy throughout the day. So remember this: reducing belly fat and calming your nervous system aren't just lifestyle upgrades. They're the foundation of long-term prostate and sexual health. When you reclaim control over your body and your mind, your entire system begins to heal from the inside out. We've now covered the 10 everyday habits that slowly enlarge your prostate and drain your vitality, from dehydration and sitting too long to stress and poor nutrition. But the real message I want you to take away isn't fear, it's hope. Because your prostate isn't broken and aging isn't the enemy. The body is always listening. When you give it the right signals, it knows how to heal. I've seen it time and time again. Men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, reclaiming control over their nights, their comfort, and yes, their sexual confidence. The secret isn't found in a pill or a quick fix. It's in small, consistent changes. Drink water before you're thirsty. Move your body every half hour. Eat real food that nourishes your hormones. Manage your stress before it manages you. These habits sound simple, but together, they can change the way you feel every single day. If you've been struggling with fatigue, frequent urination, or a sense that your body isn't working the way it used to, please hear this: you are not powerless. You don't have to accept discomfort or decline as a normal part of aging. Your body is incredibly adaptive. It just needs your cooperation. Try implementing one new habit this week. Maybe it's replacing that second cup of coffee with water. Maybe it's walking after dinner. Or maybe it's simply breathing deeply before bed to let your body unwind. Every small step you take is a signal to your body: I'm ready to heal. And if you're looking for a simple way to support your prostate while you sleep, I've left a link in the description to a short video on a 15-second bedtime ritual that many of my patients have found transformative. It's a gentle, natural method that helps reduce inflammation while your body restores itself overnight. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what resonated most with you today. Which habit are you going to change first? Your experience could inspire another man to take that same first step. And if this message helped you, please like this video, share it with a friend or brother who might need to hear it, and subscribe to Inner Vitality for more science-based guidance on men's health, energy, and performance. Remember, small changes build powerful momentum. Your health, your strength, and your sexual vitality are not behind you. They're right here, waiting to be reclaimed. Take care of yourself, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video.